Hey guys, what's up? It's Eli Knight with Knight Jiu-Jitsu, and I'm here at Synergy Martial Arts in Newton Falls, Ohio. We've been here for a seminar weekend with my friend Eric Lance, who's we've been doing some jiu-jitsu training all weekend. We've had lots of different things going on, and part of what we had going on was yesterday we had edge weapons considerations in a grappling-based environment. And what that basically means is that we're in a self-defense situation, we're in a fight, and this person has in some way wound up in a grappling-based environment, particularly on the ground. Now, that's a scary enough situation, dangerous enough situation whenever there's strikes involved and environmental factors and everything else. But whenever you introduce a weapon into it, it intensifies the situation greatly. So one of the things that we were working on yesterday is a sweep, and this sweep works a lot whenever we're just regular gi or no gi grappling, or whenever we're kind of MMA training or self-defense training. And we've incorporated it into some knife work as well, because it fits with just a little few modifications on it. This is the position that we were considering. So if, like, one of the worst case scenarios, I wound up on bottom in this defensive situation, and I'm trying to defend against this guy who's on top of me, and I'm trying to protect myself against punches, against him smashing me, against something. And so I'm creating some different wedges that might be helpful for me to keep me safe from punches or whatever else. Now, I should be able to notice and monitor while I'm trying to create spaces, and the spaces I want to create are so that I can kind of upgrade my position a little bit. I should be able to recognize if his hands start to do something kind of fishy. So if he's reaching back like this here, I know that he's at least going to punch me with that. So I'm going to take that space that he made, and I'm going to fill that space with first my hand and my shin to his bicep. Once that space is filled here, I'm going to slide down for my second point of control on the arm by grabbing the wrist here. Now, if he did pull out a weapon like this here, this knife, then I have 2 points of control on the arm. I have my shin that's entered in across his waist here like this. And I'm gonna monitor this arm here so that he doesn't try to do anything crazy with it for right now. So if he doesn't like this, because he can't really make a lot of movement this close to me, he has to create some useful space. By posturing, he can create that useful space. So whenever he goes to do that, I wanna try to go here and monitor both. Maybe in this situation, since I have the control, I can just use this to step back and kick and make some damage that way, at least for a distraction, or at least cause enough damage to allow me to get up and exit the situation, or maybe even knock the guy out, which would be optimal. However, if he doesn't give me quite that much space, or his response to that is to drive back into me here like this, then I'm going to scoop underneath his leg, and I'm going to make this sweep happen like this. Once we come up here to this position, I've stapled his shin to the floor, or stapled his bicep to the floor with my shin. I'm grabbing a hold of his wrist here and stapling it down too, so I've got 2 strong points of control. I'm keeping this arm monitored on this side here so he doesn't try to switch hands with the weapon right away. From here, controlling his shoulder carriage, I want to get to a better position where I can have better monitoring of that rather than just reaching back behind me to guard that knife. Now, I can transition up to this position here. I want to fill this wedge on this side so that it makes it difficult for him to reach over and switch hands with that knife. And I'm going to use that to position myself in the mount position. Now, the mount position is usually a very dominant position in the hierarchy of positions of jiu-jitsu. But for this one right here, it might not be the absolute best, because if I pay all my attention to here, he's going to have a good ability to reach over and switch hands and grab that knife with that one. So that's why instead I'm going here to monitor that, and I'm going to dismount by coming here and sliding up and over. So now I've stapled his bicep on this side here. At this point, I can do some damage with strikes, and then I can also put all my attention here on the wrist stapled to the ground on this side. Now, this is a pretty good position here already, but the problem with this is if this is the one that's stapling his arm down, if he bridges his hips explosively right now, it may knock me off balance and I might lose control of that weapon-bearing limb over here. So what I'm going to do instead is keep this point of base over here like this, windshield wiper my legs like that, so the other shin is stapling, and now I have a strong kickstand out this way. If he bridges his hips right now, it's not going to have too much of an effect on me. So at this point here, I would like to get access to that knife, at least to get it away from him. So I'm going to reach over, peel those knuckles back toward me to loosen that grip and kind of gooseneck wrist lock him right here, and I'm going to stretch that out to get access to this knife here. At this point, I've got pretty good control over his body. I've still got him kind of stretched out, and I have access to the weapon myself. What you do with the weapon at this point, I'm not going to advise on anything like that, but at least it's not in his control any longer to just try to stab me with it. So this is a sweep. This is kind of some positional consideration, some leverage points and everything else that works really well even whenever we're just in a grappling-based environment with no weapons consideration, strikes considerations, or anything. But the great thing about it is even though it works there, it works with strikes, it works with weapons included in it. And so it's good to have some kind of delivery system that has a lot of like cross-platform applicability like that. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this technique, guys. Keep checking out the Budo Brothers. Where can they check you out, Eric?
You can check us out on Facebook at Synergy Martial Arts, Instagram at Synergy Martial Arts, and on the website synergymartialartsohio.com.
Cool. Thank you guys very much. Check out Budo Brothers, and of course, keep watching Night Jiu-Jitsu.